there is language. The primary place of language is being all the little sticky deals that we have. When we were born, we started inheriting the little yellow sticky tabs that told us who we were. When we came into this world, we didn't have any other identity other than being the angelic identity. But when we were born, we got a little note stuck on us that gave us a name. Maybe our parents' last name, our family name. And then we got our first name. And then we got a middle name. And then we got an identity of which country we were from. And then we got an identity of which group pattern we were from. And pretty soon we had all these little yellow sticky deals on us, little notes that told us who we were. And in that we lost consciousness of who we were. Because behind all these little notes, behind all the little names that we have for ourselves and for each other, there is divine identity. So the first part of it is to let go of all those separate names, all the, what's your first name, what's your last name, what group are you part of, what country are you part of, what religion are you part of, what nationality are you part of. Let go of all the little sticky notes. And in that, step back into the truth that is always true, the true identity, the identity of the one I am. This identity is multiplied in individuals throughout the whole world. It's a collective identity. There is only one I am, but it's differentiated in billions of people on earth. But those billions of people on earth got involved so much in the names that they got, so much in the group identities and the racial identities and everything else, that we forgot who we were. So the first places that was told off in biblical texts that was kind of mysterious was the place that says, "Be still and know that I am God." So people thought, oh, this is mysterious. What does that really mean? People thought about it, cogitated, meditated, and still couldn't understand it. Well, be still. Get rid of all those other sticky deals. Get rid of all the other names that you think you have. Because at the end of the day, when people pass away, all those names are stripped away anyway. I'm man, I'm woman, I'm this and that. They're all stripped away. All the names fall down to earth again. They all get buried with the person, with the physical identity. But what's left is the truth. The divine identity consciousness is left. That's an eternal consciousness. It can't be started. It can't be taken away. It can't be made anything less. It's perfect. Angelic consciousness comes in as a perfect baby. And then we take that baby and we stick on all sorts of identities into it. And pretty soon that baby grows up as a toddler and forgets who they are. Because they're from the world, from their parents, from their teachers, from their schooling, from their friends, given all sorts of distractions. And we go through life experiences of studying, of learning, of experiencing relationships. And in all of that, they all reinforce the sticky deal identity, the identity of all these little notes that keep us separate. We get caught up in the identity of these little notes that we've given to ourselves and others. Oh, this person's a banker. Oh, this person's this person's that. And pretty soon you ask someone, oh, what do you do? Who are you? Oh, I'm this. Because they're reading off on these little identity cards who they are. When the person retires, they lose certain job identities. And now they retire and someone asks them, what do you do? And they've lost that name identity that they've held for years. Well, a lot of people get tired of being retired. They want something else to give them some sense of identity. But we don't have to wait for a better sense of identity. We just have to let the old identities, the old words that we create for ourselves and for others be stripped away. So that when we die before we die, doesn't mean we physically die. It means we strip away all those other identity names. We strip away from ourselves all the things that we think of as in terms of separate states of identity. So if a person's to die before they physically die, they strip it away. They let go of all of those things. Let go of all the states of separate identity. These separate identities are what has been the major problem on earth. In biblical texts, they call it Babel. People have been babbling about separate identity for a long time, creating separate names and languages to try to describe a separate state of identity. So what was really required was for humankind to mix up and get rid of all those separatenesses, mix up the state of consciousness on earth. And it's been wonderful watching and witnessing this mixed up and a mixing happening. We started out 50, 60, 100 years ago with a very strong race mentality on earth. The race mentality of the British, the race mentality of Africans, the race mentality of Asians, and all the different mentalities of race. But that race mentality has been breaking down. The race mentality has been getting to the point where it's now getting so mixed up. And it's good that it gets mixed, so that people from Asia are mixing with people from Europe, and people from America are mixing with people from Africa, and people, all of these